Wow, I was in a very raw mental state because when I decided to divorce, I was being charged a bankrupt by the state. So can you imagine? I was completely lost. Like, I think it was the most darkest period of my time because I wasn't looking forward to a lot of things. I was going through a lot of emotional challenges whereby I was spending a lot of time on my own, and the only reason I never took my own life was because I think back to my children. So my name is Madi and I'm 43 this year. At the moment, I'm doing food delivery. This year is actually my 10-year anniversary of being divorced. Currently, I'm staying with my first daughter and her family in the one-room rental flat in Toa. My eldest daughter, she's 22 this year. I have 4 kids in total. The first 2 are married with their own family. So I currently have 4 grandkids. For someone my age to actually have 4 grandchildren is probably not so common in Singapore. And it's also something which I never truly expect to happen to me. But it's a blessing anyway. So I met my ex-wife when I was 19. 2 years later, then we got married. I think the concept was very simple. Because as a Muslim, if you meet someone and you like them, you just get married. So the beginning part of my marriage life, it was a little bit challenging, especially when you are trying to raise young children. Marriage is something which no one can ever prepare enough. My peers, my closest friends, when they were 22, they were still out living their life, partying, traveling, trying to explore the dating world or trying to figure out what kind of job they want to have. Then there I was, married. I got kids. I got a flat. So I had no choice but to take on and accept the responsibilities. The 12 years of marriage, it was both a blessing and a challenge. A blessing because I have my children. I know it's a cliche thing to say, but it's true. Like when you see your children after a hard day's work, like all your problems just go away. Because they give you a different kind of joy that you cannot explain. That period, I actually had a lot of inner struggle and inner debate. I realized that, okay, I have to give up what I know and restart somehow. So I told her, like, by us being divorced mutually and amicably, it gives the two of us the opportunity to explore things that we never had a chance to explore. Initially, she cannot accept the fact because you still have the emotions, right? You know, you still love each other and stuff like that. So that was a very tough period for her. Now, my relationship with my ex-wife is still mutual and still healthy. We're like still friendly. For my kids, they were very sad. They were crying a lot. My eldest wrote me a letter saying that we don't want you to divorce, we don't want you to move out, why can't we stay? So I sat them down and said, me and your mom, we are still going to be your parents. You are still going to see me. The only difference is we are not husband and wife anymore. I'm not going to disappear. So being able to go out as a family unit, that was like a safe anchor for the children. I think we have a very unique bond. They have no hate or despised my actions, you know. They still love me. So after I got divorced and I moved out, I was couch surfing. That was the first time that I actually had to stay by myself. Being in a nomadic state, there are moments where there is the loneliness feeling creeping in. During that period where I don't want to do anything, I just want to go back to sleep. That was very, very bad for me. I was also struggling to make ends meet. I was struggling to keep up with rent. I was struggling with all the emotions that I was feeling. Writing actually helped me a lot. It became like a therapy for me. Having a lot of time alone for myself, and I was actually journaling. I was writing a lot more poetry. The interaction that I had with people from sharing all my poetry and even my art were the key thing for me to have a focus. If you're someone who just went through a divorce, one of the things that you should do is to take enough time to focus on yourself, to completely understand who you are. It's going to be a very scary journey. Understand that it is part of the process. And to overcome loneliness, you have to be able to find inner happiness through things that you do and your daily activities. Then it's easier for you to be contented with life. And once you are contented, I feel that you don't entertain the thoughts of loneliness anymore. Could my soulmate be found in the poems I write, in the words between spaces, between a pause when it's read? Could my soulmate be found in sentences that never ends, hanging in the balance for a conclusion to come? Could my soulmate be my poem, the ones that's thrown on the floor from a night of typing rage, page after page after page? Could my soulmate be me, trapped inside a writer's misery, feeling all the emotions life has to offer, yet offering none to those who comes after? Could my soulmate be found in my poems? Is she waiting to be read? Could she be the ultimate love I will ever have?